Welcome back to Grow Joyfully Home and Garden Tour Saturday with your host, Grandma Sandy, your co-hosts, Suffolk Susie, Pat's Garden Life, and Growing on Vancouver Island. And there are many more people that are participating in this really fun collaboration. Just use the hashtag Garden Tour Saturday. It is with great trepidation that I go into the main garden today, or the pasture garden, anywhere, and take a look at how things are doing. Now, most things are doing very well. There's a few blackberries left that I'm going to pick, and I think there's some carrots, and we'll look and see if there's some beans. But my tomatoes are sick, as I've told you before, and it makes me very sad. Thank you to Donna for the shout out about being able to grow good tomatoes. But this year it doesn't apply, and it's very hard for me. I was going to make some peach salsa because we bought some peaches. Our peaches froze, so we got three big, beautiful ones, so delicious. But that's it. But we bought some peaches, and I was going to make some peach salsa, and then I realized I have no tomatoes. Yeah, so it's kind of hard. Let's go in and survey the damage. My husband has pretty much finished putting down weed screen and then the beautiful bark mulch here. So that's looking very good. This is a Pharocufi tomato, and the top of it was dead. So I cut it off completely, and this is what we have growing. So I'm crossing my fingers that we will get something from it. This is the same variety. But look what we have here. More blight or verticillium wilt. I took off a couple leaves for a sample and put them in the freezer, and my daughter's going to take them down to the extension office to see if we can identify this. Okay, so I see here a bunch of little eggs, and that is from the whitefly that's been really bothering things this year. But is that what's causing all this damage? I don't know. Everything from the tomatoes that I cut off is going into the garbage or being burned because we don't want to spread anything, and I'm not saving any of the soil from the plants that are dead, that didn't get planted out. Everything's going in the garbage. I'm not saving it at all. So I did spray these guys with neem oil, Blue Dawn, and water. It might be looking a little bit better. I can't tell. This poor thing is supposed to be a German queen, and it's not. The label fairies have been at work again, changing my labels. I've got another 2 tomatoes. They say they're Golden Jubilees, but they're not. They don't look like this. I do have a vivacious hybrid that's supposed to look like this that I grew for the first time this year. Anyway, let's take a look. This is a Hill Marmond, and I did cut some leaves off and spray it. I can't tell if it's looking better or not. But we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fruits on here. I'm going to have to cut some more leaves off. I haven't even wanted to go in the garden over the last couple of weeks because of how sick my tomatoes are. It's like the walk of shame. Oh, now these determinants are sick. This is awful. And it's not limited to the pasture garden where maybe we grew tomatoes in the same place too many years. This is way far away from those tomatoes, and we still have the same sickness. Yeah, and we've got something new too, this little leaf curl thing. So yeah, I am discouraged. I love watching your videos to see your beautiful tomatoes, but actually, it makes me cranky. No, I'm kidding. Kind of. Yeah, I'm absolutely flummoxed as to what's going on. I know we have bad whitefly, but this is a real head scratcher. The same for this bed over here. This tomato plant looks so sick. I sprayed it. I trimmed off the sick leaves, and now we're getting this really weird, funky curl thing. Now, most of you would say, oh, you've got to pull these out. You've got to throw them away. You've got to burn them all. Well, this is my one chance of getting any tomatoes. And all my tomato plants are sick, so I'm not going to do that this year. I'm just going to muddle through, see if I can get any. Maybe a few to can, a few to make some peach salsa. And I don't know, I have to put up with it. This is my first Pharocufi tomato. This is my first year growing it. Oh my gosh, it's getting so sick. Okay, everything's good. We're fine. Everything's good. This one's sick. Every time I come back, there's more sick ones. But as you can see, there's a few tomatoes here and there, and I'm just going to leave it. Here's my sick chocolate sprinkles tomato plant. And you don't mess with my chocolate sprinkles tomato plants. I haven't even touched this over here. And believe it or not, for the most part, it looks healthier, I think. I'm just going to leave this side go wild and see what we can get. So, I'm really upset at our tomatoes. And they look just like that out in the pasture garden or worse. So let's focus on something else. This strawberry plant never bore any strawberries this year, but it looks quite healthy here. The zucchini plants have given me quite a few zucchinis, and they look reasonable. They're not overly big or robust. It's time to pull out these beans, get what I can from them. Let's see. This is the 14th of August. Could I get any more to grow in 60 days? Maybe. I might try to plant this with more beans and see what I can get. The dill is looking very lovely. I did harvest some about a week ago, and it's going to be time to harvest some more coming up here pretty soon. Somehow I didn't get pickling cucumbers planted that grew. Can I even make pickles this year? Been a tough gardening year for me. I don't know about you. Oh, good gosh. Another slug. And we have figured out what these are. And I don't know if I told you the horrible story about them. It's a leopard slug. They're new. They're from like North Africa. All right. Time to go get the shears and the salt. Corn is growing. At least those that germinated and grew. Even if we get, say, 10 ears of corn from here, it will have been worth it. So I don't think that's too bad. They're tasseling, and they're going to be a week or two behind the ones in the pasture garden. So that's not too bad. My husband's going to weed eat this for me. Our son is not able to work out here as much as he did. He works for my husband, and he's got a lot more responsibilities, so he can't get out here. Let's see, we have one zucchini here. They're a little bit, oh dear. My first squash bug. Okay, it is the year of the pestilence. He's going down. I don't know if you remember, but I replanted in here about 3-4 weeks ago. And it looks like, what have we got here? Yellow squash, butternut squash. They are growing. Some more butternut. One bean out of all the ones I planted. Just one. These zucchini look fairly healthy despite all the weeds, but I will be content. Right, Gypsy? I will be content with what I have right here and now. Keep telling myself that. Oh, there's a pretty one. I have whitefly all over these guys too. I'm okay, I'm doing great, I'm very happy. It doesn't bother me that there are weeds everywhere and that my tomatoes are dying and there's bugs and pests and all sorts of stuff. This is a wonderful day. Do you believe me? I don't. I expect the apocalypse any time now because of these leopard slugs and the whitefly and all sorts of icky things this year. So yeah, I'm hoping, this is not me, let me tell you. I am hoping for a very hard, cold, snowy winter. Just because a lot of things need to be killed in our soil. And yeah, I'm hoping we don't have any blight next year or whitefly. One good thing is my sweet potatoes. They're growing healthy, they're green. That doesn't seem like there are any particular pests after them. Let some ground cherries grow right there. There's only 2 plants and they are very vigorous and take over a lot. So it looks like we might have a few ground cherries. I cut this little wildflower garden back very severely, a couple weeks ago. And now you can see that there's some alyssum coming back in a couple spots. And bachelor buttons. Hubby's weed eating right now. Sorry about the noise. The sweet peas here have been very enjoyable. They're getting to the end of their life cycle. And I'm going to save the pea pods there. Here's some liatris. I think that's how you pronounce it. Everybody has their own way of pronouncing. And this little thing right here. Lanaria, however. And a few zinnias, carnations, and the straw flowers did really well. They're such funny things. They're not dried up, but listen to them. I cut back this Sweet William hard about 2 or 3 weeks ago when I was in here working, and we have another flower. I was going to sit in the pavilion and finish my breakfast while hubby's weed eating, but Lucy just ate my breakfast, so good times, huh? At least I still have my tea. I'm finding some big, beautiful cucumbers. Quite a few so far. This early jalapeno plant is growing pretty well. It has set some flowers, but no fruit. It's definitely farther ahead than any of the other peppers I'm growing. But it looks like it's dropping a few leaves. I am not angry. I am not freaking out. What am I going to do this summer? I'm hardly getting anything as far as peppers and tomatoes go. I've got 1 tomato over there, and I don't know if I'm going to get enough to make even 1 batch of peach salsa. I'm spraying these tomatoes with that concoction I was just talking about. a teaspoon of baking soda, a teaspoon of olive oil because I'm out of neem oil, a teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide, and 2 tablespoons of Dawn dishwashing liquid. Then I fill it up in a 2-gallon sprayer. So this recipe is for 4 cups of water. So it's 1 teaspoon of baking soda, 1 teaspoon of olive oil, 1 teaspoon of hydrogen peroxide, and then 2 tablespoons of Dawn dishwashing liquid. There are 32 cups in 2 gallons, and so you would have to use this recipe that I just gave you times 7. So that's what I'm trying to spray it with. I don't know if it will be beneficial on any of this blight, or if it is verticillium wilt, or maybe I have both. I don't know if it'll be helpful. Anyway, it is kind of warm to be spraying it out here right now because of the oil. The temperatures are not too bad. So I'm just going to go ahead and see if it will help, because it's kind of now or never for me. This is the time of day I have to work on it, so I'm just going to have to. Hopefully it won't hurt the leaves and won't burn them. So anyway, it's been a bit of a tough gardening year. I hope your gardening year is going a lot better for you. Here's my sick chocolate sprinkles plant, and this is just not okay. It's easy to get down. It's easy to get discouraged, especially at this time of year with the kind of heat and smoke that we've had. But there are small wins, like that whole container of cucumbers that you can see, and beans, and we've had good carrots. You just have to enjoy the things that do work for you in your garden. Try to work in your garden at cooler times in the morning and the evening, and modify things as much as you can to make the whole experience more enjoyable. I hope you guys have a wonderful day. I'm off to go listen to some of your Garden Tour Saturday videos. You all have a wonderful day. Thanks for stopping by, and we'll see you on the next video.